All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Analytics Masterclass. We're going to have a good time. I always say this because I mean it, of course. And we're going to be learning a lot. We are going to see how we can make that switch into the career path of our dreams. We are going to see how we can succeed either as a business analyst, as a data analyst, a HR analyst, or even a financial analyst. Okay, that is sure. That is something guaranteed. Okay, we are going to be having fun and we are going to go through each and every one of those things. Before we do that, I would like to make something very clear. For us to be able to benefit a lot from the session, for us to have fun, because having fun is one of the crucial things I think some people should have whenever you are learning, you are listening, you're doing something, because we are adults, I believe. Okay, most of us on the call, we are adults, and we go to work. We went to work on Monday, on Tuesday, on Wednesday, and today's Thursday. Okay, it's time for us to loosen up a little, even before TGIF tomorrow. Thank God it's Friday. So, due to the session you are having now, due to the fact that you are here with me at this moment, in this point in time, we are going to have TGIT. Okay? TGIT. And what is that? Thank God it's Thursday. Okay? Thank God it's Thursday. So we're going to be having fun. We're going to unwind. We're going to relax. We're going to take all of that job stress and just say, throw it out the window. Okay? We take all of this job stress and we throw it out the window. And again, we're going to have fun. Okay? So for that to be the case, we would need to be interactive. For that to be the case, we would need to interact. For that to be the case, I would need to hear from you. And of course, you would hear from me. Okay? So I'm not going to be the only one speaking. You'll be contributing as well. Okay, so we are over 30 on the call at the moment. That number is definitely going to go up, and we might not be able to, everyone might not be able to speak, so we don't have a ruckus. Okay, but we are going to interact, and this is where the chat box comes in. In this session, the chat box is your friend. Okay, so to test that out, to test what our communication is like, I want everyone to open up the chat box and type in "I'm ready." Okay, open up the chat box and type in "I'm ready." So I'm going to type in "I'm ready." I'm going to do same. I'm going to do same. And I want everyone to do same as well. So Susan is ready. Okay. Susan is ready. AFA is ready. Okafo is ready. Vicky is ready. Okay. Fantastic. What about the rest of us? So Benjamin is ready as well. Adewale is ready. Aisha is ready. So Aisha just sent in his. Okay. So Aisha is ready. Great is ready. Ayo, what about you? Are you ready to go? Anita, are you ready to go? Olusegun is ready. Okay. Adegbenga is ready. What about the rest of us? I would like to, come on, guys. I need more responses. Like I said, it's TGIT today. Thank God it's Thursday. Okay. Tell me Tokma is ready. Afoke is ready. Adedoyi is ready. Oh, brilliant. Bumi is ready. Okay. Absolutely brilliant. So let's get into it, guys. Let's have fun. What we are going to be doing, I'm sure we saw the flyers, before we joined the session. We knew what we were going to be expecting because that's the reason why we joined that session. Okay, that's the reason why Larry joined the session. Larry is ready, and one more ready. So Larry is ready 3 times. That's 3x. The reason why Larry joined the session was because he saw the flyer, or he knows what it's about. And what is that? We are going to be taking a look at the roadmap to you selecting a career as a data analyst, business analyst, HR analyst, and financial analyst. Okay, we're going to take a look at this. But in case if this is the first time you are joining one of our sessions, this is the first time you're hearing about Tenalytics. Oh, you're like, oh, what is Tenalytics? Who is Tenalytics? Whom is Tenalytics in quotes? Okay, so what is Tenalytics all about? So Tenalytics, we're an edtech firm. Okay, we're an edtech firm and what we do is that we help as many persons of the Black community to transition into tech. Now, we took a look at the current industry, that's the tech industry, of course, and we noticed that we don't really have many persons of African descent and persons of the Black community as a whole in tech. Of course, you go ahead, you see the Indians, you see the Asians, but that is not really the case for the Africans. And so we decided to set up Analytics to get as many persons of the Black community as possible into what tech by lowering the tech barrier. We have a range of courses, 8 different programs at the moment, ranging from data analytics to business analysis, to HR analytics, to financial analytics, to cybersecurity, full stack data science, your business analysis, data engineering, and we are going to be bringing in AI engineering pretty soon. So stay tuned. And we have facilitators from the Fortune 500 companies, top guys that would come over to share their experience, be able to communicate insights, and be able to teach properly, having what we call an experiential learning, you learning and gaining experience at the same time. Don't worry, I'll get into that. Okay, you might be wondering, what are you saying, Aisha, sir? Okay, I'll get into that. All right, but yeah, that is what we do here at Analytics. Okay, today there are 3 different things we are going to do. Of course, number one, we know that we are going to understand the different career paths. We're going to take a look at the different career paths: data analytics, analytics, business analysis, financial analytics, HR analytics. We're going to take a look at this, understand what each and every one of them entail, and how you can benefit. I will take a look at what do you need to get a job? Okay, what do you need to succeed in tech? And of course, we look at our upcoming course that's going to begin in September. Okay, now a little bit about me, because you might be wondering, who is this? Who is Aisha, sir? Okay, because of course I believe you can see my name from the name tag. Okay, I'm Aisha, sir, Agbonlaho, as you can see from the name tag, of course, like I said. Okay, and I'm the lead in charge of training operations here at Analytics. I'm a seasoned expert. I have experience in data analytics, in business analysis, in Power Platform engineering, and at the start of the year, I also delved into predictive AI engineering. Okay, and I've been able to work with companies across different countries, including the US, the UK, Canada, Singapore, and also in Nigeria. And what I help them to do is to transform their critical business processes using all of those skills, literally taking them from where they are at the moment to where they want to be and helping them bridge that gap. Okay. And I've been able to train over 1,500 professionals across 4 different continents. Okay. But that's just, that's enough about me. Enough about me. Let's move to you. Yes, you. Okay, Alex, I'm talking to you. Let's move to you, Alex. Anita, I'm talking to you. Okay, Anita, let's move to you. All right, Olusegun, I'm talking to you. Let's move to you. Enough about Aisha. Okay, we want to know about you, Olusegun. We want to know about you, Stephanie. Okay, Tosin, let's move to you. Now, I would want you guys, everyone on the call, to make a choice. I would want everyone on the call to make a decision. I would want everyone on the call to pick, to select out of these. Okay? Now, let's say you were given a choice to choose a job in law enforcement. Like, you really don't have any, like, this is the only job, the set of jobs available to you. Like, it's either you choose this or nothing. What would you go for? Would you want to be a police chief? Would you want to be a forensic investigator? Would you want to be a fraud investigator? Or would you want to be an internal affairs officer? Okay, so Dawson says a forensic investigator. What about the rest of us? What do we want? What do you think, is that career path you feel, oh, I think I would do well? Yeah. So what do we think, guys? Okay, come on. I need responses, okay? So Okafor says forensic. Anita says internal affairs officer. Fantastic. Okay. Dosu says or chief of police. So Dosu is leaning towards for being a forensic investigator or being the chief of police. Okay, Bumi would like to be a fraud investigator. Okay, Odiolas would like to be an internal affairs officer. 2008, okay, would like to be a fraud investigator. Adewale would want to be what? A forensic investigator. Olusegun, a fraud investigator, and Benjamin, a fraud investigator as well. What would you choose? Guys, like I mentioned earlier, today it's TGIT. Thank God it's Thursday. Okay? Thank God it's what? Thursday. Alex would want to be a forensic investigator. We've chosen different paths. Some of us said, we want to be a police chief, a forensic investigator, a fraud investigator, an internal affairs officer. Fantastic. But let's see what each and every one of these career paths would entail. What you would need to do as a police chief, what are you going to be doing? What would be your job? What would your job look like? Okay. So what would the police chief do? A police chief would examine the overall operations of the police department. A police chief would take a look at the processes. Oh, okay, so this is the police department. So we'll take a look at the processes. What can we do to maximize our minute resources? So at the moment, we have only 50 officers. How can I make it look like we have 100 officers? So we only have 50. We have limited resources. But how can I maximize the limited resources that we have? A police chief would analyze the efficiency of current processes, current practices, and decide how to best allocate officers and resources to reduce crime, helping the police department achieve its goals. We have the forensic investigator. The forensic investigator examines evidence at a crime scene. The forensic investigator will go to a crime scene. So something just happened. We'll go to the crime scene. We'll take a look at the happenings. Oh, so there's something here, there's an item here, there's an item there, to decide and to determine what happened and how it happened. A forensic investigator will go ahead to take a look at things. Oh, so there's bullets by the left. Oh, there's this so how can we put different things. I'm not in law enforcement, so I really don't know what they find, but you get what I mean. Okay, so maybe footprints, as the case may be. Okay, and would use that to determine, oh, this is how it went down. So at 8 a.m., the criminal came and then stood at this exact spot. Now, after they stood at this spot, they went ahead to, do this. We take a look at the evidence, analyze, maybe take it to the lab, do dust for prints and all of that to understand what happened and how it happened. Next, we have the fraud investigator. The fraud investigator is responsible for the financial health of the organization. In this particular case, in law enforcement, the fraud investigator is there to ensure that the department's financial transactions are legit, that everything is healthy, that we don't have a situation whereby the department is going to go bankrupt, whereby some persons are stealing funds and then next month we notice that, oh, no money anymore, so everyone pack your bags and go home. Okay, and lastly, we have the internal affairs officer. The internal affairs officer would ensure that everyone in the department is upholding core values. We'll take a look at complaints. So an internal affairs officer in law enforcement will take a look at complaints. Oh, so someone sent in a complaint and said that this police officer took a bribe or did this or did that. They report it to these guys, and then they will do their investigation, do all of that to ensure that what each and every employee within the department is functioning the way they should, ensuring that everyone remains of good conduct and ensuring that everyone is delivering maximally. Are we together, everyone? If we are together, I want you to post to send TGIT to the chat box. Okay. If you're following me, I want you to send TGIT to the chat box. That's thank God it's Thursday. Okay. I want you to send TGIT to the chat box if you follow me. So Lauren just said sent TGIT. Fantastic. Shao just sent TGIT. Okay. Temitope did same. Dami did same. Okay. Olamide did same. Admin did same. Okay. So TGIT. Thank God it's what? Thank God it's Thursday. We come back to this. All right. We would come back to this. But something I would want to know. Let's say you were given a bet. This time you were not limited towards these 4 career paths. That this time you have been given the choice, the freedom, the liberty to choose any career path of your dreams. What would be the features that you will be looking to have in the job? I would rephrase so we understand what I'm saying. So we understand the question I'm asking. You've been told, oh, you can choose any job of your choice. What are the features you would want to be in that job that would make it an ideal role for you? Now, I'm not saying that, maybe you say, oh, I want to be the president. Okay, no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not telling you to tell me the job role you would like, but rather, I want you to tell me the features that should be in the role. What would be the perfect job to you? That's the question I'm asking. What would be the perfect job to you? So guys, let's use the chat box. Let's see. Okay. So what would be those features that would be in that role that would determine you say, oh wow, this job is fantastic, absolutely phenomenal, sweet. What I like to call ESS. Easy, sweet, and simple. Okay, just nice. So I'm sure we understand the groove already. Okay. So guys, come on. What are those features? What would you want to be in a job? Send those to the chat box and let's see. Okay. What would you want to be in a job that would be great for you? Maybe you want a career that you can see career growth. Okay. Maybe that's something you're looking for. Maybe that should be a feature that would be in the ideal job for you. What do we think? Okay, so what do we think? What do we think? Come on. Let's send in our responses. Like I said, I'm not just going to be the only one speaking. You will be contributing as well. So Benjamin says financial freedom. A fantastic role would be a role that I have financial freedom. Not just being able to get my needs. Of course, I want to be able to afford clothing. I want to be able to afford food. And I also want to be able to afford, what's the last thing? Shelter. Okay. But I want to get that pair of shoes that cost $1,000. I want to be able to go to the mall and not care about, not care about price. That is what Benjamin is saying. Temitope says, so Temitope is going with what? Flexibility. So Temitope would want a role that is flexible. Now, what is flexibility? So Shao and Nero, they are all for work flexibility, and also Temitope as well. Flexibility, I believe that what that means is that being flexible, you're able to work. You can work from home. You don't have defined work hours. Of course, you can have defined work hours, but you can work anywhere. You don't have to be at a particular place for you to work. That is working remotely. I believe that's what they mean by work flexibility. Olusegun says a lifelong career. Olusegun wants a job, for a fantastic job that would have what? Good career growth, that you can see how you can climb from one point to another. You can see that at this point, I'm going to be at this point, oh, so I started, I'm currently at this level. At this, maybe in the next 2 years, I can be at this level, that I can see myself doing this all through my work career and have growth. Chinelo says work accessibility and what? Attractive pay. Chinelo wants a work, it's very easy for you to work. And the Benjamins. Okay. Alex wants what? Growth and what? Freedom. And Shao says link is not working. Okay, so I'm just pulling your legs, Shao. Okay, so I know that you're referring to the link my colleague sent. Okay, so Busola says what? Requires focus, stroke, thoughtfulness. For Busola, a fantastic role would be a role that you can think, you are creative, you can work on different things, you are able to implement change, have ideas, and work on them. Many of the things we mentioned, they can all be found in tech. All of the things we mentioned, they can all be found in tech. Number one, in tech, you have what? Great work-life balance and flexibility. Remember, Temitope mentioned flexibility. It's in tech. Okay? Imo mentioned flexibility. Imo, as you can see, it's in tech. Tech is one of those roles that you are sure that getting a fully remote role is 100% possible. That you can fully work from home. All my career, I don't think, when was the last time? I think all my career I've been in tech, and it's been fantastic. I'll tell you that. Okay, it's been absolutely fantastic. Now, I'm able to work from anywhere in the world. If I'm at the beach at this point in time, I can go ahead to work. If I'm at home, all I need is just my workspace. I told from the introduction, you said that I've been able to work with different companies. Just a couple of months ago, I was able to work with a Singaporean company, just like I mentioned. Now, I did not have to travel to Singapore. I didn't. Okay. I didn't. All I needed was good internet connection. My PCs, my monitors, everything I need, my gadgets, that was all I needed. I can decide to go on vacation. Oh, next month I want to go on vacation. I want to go to the Maldives. Or so let's say I want let's say I want to visit France. Okay, so I want to go to Paris. Okay, and something comes up. Maybe while I'm on vacation, I decide that, you know what? I've been on vacation for a while. I don't feel like, okay, let's put it this way. Okay, let's say I go on vacation and I go on vacation to Paris. Okay, and yeah, so let's say I go on vacation and I go on vacation to Paris, and then I decide to spend a month. Okay, a month. And at the end of the month, I didn't want to go back home. Is everyone with me? Are you following my story? Are you guys following my story? Okay, exactly. What did I say? I said, je voudrais vacances. Okay, so that is what I want to go on vacation. And I want to spend the month. Okay, and I go ahead to spend my month. 1 month is up, but I don't feel like going back home just yet. But I have to work. I probably told someone that, oh, someone that needs my services. I told them that, you know what? I'm not going to be available for the entire Avril. Okay, that's April in French. Okay, I'm not going to be available for the entire April. Okay, and but in so after April we have May, I think. So January, February, March, April, May. Okay, yeah. So we have May. So then I'm going to come back in May. But then I wanted to spend more time. As long as I'm in tech, I don't need to go back home, at least at that point. I can work while on vacation and still deliver, even when I'm not at the location I should be. Work flexibility. That is something you know that you can get in a career in tech. Next, we have growing job opportunities. There are so many opportunities. Like you don't even have to take my word for it. You can go online right now and just search for some roles. We'll take a look at that later on anyways. Okay, you can go online right now and just search for some tech roles, and you would see things like 5 minutes ago, like it was posted 5 minutes ago, it was posted 2 hours ago, it was posted 2 days ago, and then when you come again tomorrow, you would see new roles. Over many, there's different career paths. There's some like, for example, data analytics. You know, your data analytics, your business analysis, your financial analytics, your HR analytics. What we are taking a look at today, each and every one of this path, you are sure of having fantastic opportunities, because all of those roles, they use data, and data. There's this report that says that over 90% of current available data, was generated in the last 5 to 6 years, thereabout. Every company is generating data. We are currently on this call. I'm speaking. I'm generating data. The data is going to Zoom records. Zoom would need a data analyst to help them analyze that data. So many opportunities. There's literally no business that does not have data. There is no business that would not want a business analyst. There is no industry that these 4 career paths cannot be employed. There is no firm that would say, I don't have a need for a data analyst. Because like I said, every company generates data. For you to get into tech, you don't need a tech-related degree. All we are interested in is, can you do the job? I want you guys to guess, okay? I want you guys to guess on the chat box. What do you think I studied back in school? Okay? I want you to place in the chat box. What do you think I studied back in school? Okay? Just send, whatever you think I studied, okay? If you think I studied computer science, if you think I studied maybe, just send that to the chat box. Okay? I want to know. Send that to the chat box. All right. So, Semitokwe says I studied economics. Tubaski. Okay, so Tubaski says I studied business administration. Bumi says I studied economics. Olusegun says I studied economics. Glenn said I studied marketing. Cyril said engineering. Dosu says no idea, and that's fine, Dosu. Okay. Adewale says mass communication. Victor said law. And Ima said, sociology, we can see accounting, we can see food and nutrition, microbiology, geography, banking and finance, actuarial science. I didn't study any of this. Back in school, I studied forestry and wildlife. Okay, so I'm an agri expert. I'm a forester by profession, I guess. I guess I could say that I'm a forester by profession. Okay, so but that does not relate to what I do. Like I mentioned, all my career I've been in tech. And what is the you might be wondering what is the relationship between having a degree in forestry and having been in tech? If you want me to give you the botanical names of different trees, their uses and how they work and the science of the forest, trust me, you can call on me anytime. Okay, but that is not what I do at the moment, and it's not just me. I'm sure we know of Adeza and Efemina. Probably we don't. Okay, so who is Adeza? Adeza is the founder of Tenalytics. Adeza studied industrial chemistry. Efemina studied what? Studied what? Economics. None of us studied computer science or something related to, at least for our first degree, okay, something related to computers and all of that. But here we are. No one cares about you having a tech-related degree for you to get a job. Now, I wanted to go online because sometimes when I say these things, it seems like I'm just spitting fables. It seems like I'm just sorry about that. I have no idea what's going on with my light. Okay, so it seems I'm just saying things because of course I'm going to say these things. I'm going to go ahead and say good things. I'm not going to say, oh, you need these because I'm it says marketing. You say it wants to market and quotes. That's not what we do here at Analytics. Okay, remember I mentioned we have a mission, and what is our mission? Getting as many persons from the African community into tech. That is what drives us. You can go right now to any job post. Go online, go on LinkedIn, go on Indeed, go on, if you're in the UK, go on read.co.uk, go on different, just think of a job site. We have over 40 different job sites available, but although many persons just know about the popular two. So if you're in Canada, go to a Canadian job site. If you're in Poland, go to a Polish job site. If you're in Australia, go to an Australian job site. Do that. Search for tech roles. Search for business analyst. Search for HR analyst. Search for data analyst. Search for financial analyst. And tell me if you're going to see anything like, oh, you must have a degree in what? You must have a degree in computer science, or you must have a degree in the data, maybe in data analytics. If you come across any of them, it's going to be really few. If you take a look at 20 different job postings and you see something of that nature, it's not going to be more than 2. You don't have to take my word for it. You can do the research yourself. No one cares about your degree. What they want to know, can you do the job? If I give you this now, can you do this? In all of the companies I've worked with, no one have said, oh, I sister, okay, you did not study computer science, and so I'm sorry, we have to move on to someone else. No one said that. They are the ones who even reaching out to me, sending me emails, on my LinkedIn, sending me messages, sending me emails, and saying, oh, we have this particular project. We would want you to work on this. Oh, please, can you help us, work in this? There's this issue we are having at the moment. Oh, we are looking to implement a business application in our company because, of course, I also build business applications. Okay, that we're looking to do this. We're looking to do this, and we know that you are the right one for the job. Okay, so we have been tracking you for a while, and would want you to be able to, to come in and help us deliver. No one says that, oh, Aisha, before we go ahead to give you this role, we would need to check, can you send in your degree? We want to confirm if you studied computer science in school. Okay, so Chinelo is asking, are you saying that a degree does not matter anymore? Now, many persons would want you to have a degree because a degree this is for some organizations now. It's not every organization, okay? But some organizations would want you to have a degree. Now, what kind of degree? Any degree. That is saying that you have and what the degree really does is that it's just a way to confirm that you have been able to take up a tax and that you saw the tax through. No one would say the degree must be something specific. If you have a degree in French, you don't have a problem. Okay? So Chinelo, do you understand where I'm coming from now? You can actually just drop into tech. And we'll take a look at this. Like I said, I'm not just here to say things that might not be that are not factual. We're going to see lots and lots of proof about this. Okay? I mentioned go online right now. While we're on this call, just go online. Go online. Search for jobs. Search for tech-related roles. I mentioned search for roles for a business analyst role, search for data analyst roles, for HR analyst, for financial analyst, and tell me if you're going to see anything that would say must have a degree in data. Are we together? Can we move on? Are we following? So if you're with me, send TGIT to the chat box. Like I said, thank God it's what? Thursday. If you're with me, send TGIT. So Chinelo is with me. Fantastic. Okay, what about the rest of us? So Imo is with me, TGIT. Thank God it's what? Thank God it's Thursday. So Shay is with us as well. TGIT. Okay, fantastic. Now, another benefit of you getting into tech is fantastic salary and benefits. I talked about going on vacation. What is going to pay for the vacation? Okay, the vacation is not going to be on loan. I'm not going to go out to take out loans to go on the vacation. Okay, I don't even think any bank would do that. Okay, would give you a loan because you want to go on vacation. Being in tech, you are going to have a fantastic salary and benefits, and of course a career. You can see what career growth for different roles. You have roles ranging from, so if for example if you are in the US and for some of these roles you can earn as much as what $70,000 per annum. And of course, as you keep on growing, your career growth, such as in data engineering, which we are not going to go into, okay? But for data engineering, the average what's it called? The average salary, okay, ranges up to six figures, over $100,000 in the US. It's not news that the US actually does pay more for tech roles. Okay, in the UK it's a bit lesser. So in the UK, for example, in the business analyst role, you're going to be taking a look at around 40 to 60,000 pounds per annum. Again, these are not just, I'm not just the go online, okay? Take a look at this, do your research, okay? Do your research. Okay, now another thing that you can get in tech is that you get to work at the heart of innovation and change. One thing that people say is constant is what is change. And you changing, what is that factor that drives change, at least in current climes? One factor that drives change is what is tech. One factor that drives change is what? Technology. We are hearing about ChatGPT. That's tech. Coming from what? AI and machine learning. And the data scientist does a little bit of what? Machine, not a little bit, what am I saying? A data scientist actually does what? Machine learning. But anyways, that's not what we're looking at today. Okay? That's not what we are looking at today. Stay with me. Stay with me. So as long as you're in tech, you are sure of being always relevant. You're sure of being what? Always relevant. There was a report that was released by the Future of Jobs. That's the World Economic Forum, the Future of Jobs report, that showed the number of roles that are only going to increase with time. And most of the roles, they were all tech roles that are only going to increase in time in terms of what? Opportunity. Hold up, okay? Hold up. Stay calm. Remain calm. We'll get there. I'll show it to you, okay? Just remain calm. Stay with me. Stay with me. So, each and every one of those things, this is the reason why you getting into tech is one of the best decisions that you can take. For yeah, it's one of the best decisions that you can take, like I said. But you might be wondering, which tech path should I go into? Because tech is huge. You know, there's so many things. There's this, there's that, there's UI, UX, there's this, there's you know, if you are maybe into blockchain, if you are into, you know, there's so many paths in tech. Now, for any path that you're looking to go into, for any career path that you're looking to carve for yourself, there are some things that it should contain. And what are those things? We have ease of learning. You don't want to go into a path that it will take you 5 years for you to learn. You don't want to go into you don't want to go ahead to transition into a career path that will take you 3 years to learn. At the moment, you are doing something that you really don't like, and you want to make a switch. You want to move into a role that will be best for you. You don't have to wait. You don't want to wait for 2 years, 3 years before you can make that switch. That's what ease of learning is all about. What is ease of learning? Something that you can just go ahead to what? Something you can go ahead to, something that you can go ahead to learn very, very what? Easily. Within 3 months, 4 months, 5 months tops, you are what? You've been able to get the skills you need to land the job. Because that is what we are all about. That is what we are interested in. You landing the job. So you don't want to go ahead to learn a skill that will take you 5 years. Okay? A skill that will take you what? 5 years to learn. Before you haven't done learning the skill, you're tired. So number one is what? Ease of learning. How easy is it for you to learn? This is something you can learn within a couple of months, and that you have the skills good enough for you to land the job. The second thing you need is ease of transitioning. How easy is it for you to transition? Okay, how easy is it for you to transition? Now, I will get there. But what's something I want to tell you? If you want to get at the moment, my colleagues have been sending, they've been sending the attendance link, the attendance form to the chat box. If you want to get the recording of the session and the materials to the session, it is very important that you fill in the attendance form. Without that, you won't have access to the resources. And I'm sure that you've been having a good time so far, and that you want to probably maybe later on listen on all of this again. So we are just starting, okay? We are just starting. We're just 42 minutes into the session. We still have a lot. So we're looking to, before 2 hours will be done, we still have a lot to cover. We still have a lot of goodies to take a look at on how you can succeed in tech. So if you want the recording, please ensure you fill the form. It is very important that you click on the link and that you fill in the attendance form so you get access to the materials. Again, people, if you are with me, send TGIT to the chat box. If you're with me, if we can go ahead. So we've taken a look at ease of learning. That's what should determine the path that you should choose. Okay, if you're still with me, send the TGIT to the chat box. So Chinelo is still with me. Cyril is with me. Fantastic. Bayode is with me. Okay, Kule is with me. TGIT. And what is TGIT again? Thank God it's what? Thank God it's Thursday. Okay, thank God it's what? Thursday. So let's move on. Please ensure you fill in the attendance form, like I said, okay? Now, ease of transitioning. When you want to pick a path, you want to pick a career in tech, you also want to ensure that it's easy for you to make the switch. You don't want to just learn the skills and not be able to get a job. You don't want to just learn the skills and then there's this barrier that's blocking you from what? From getting the job. You want to learn a skill that there's so many, like the opportunities are what? Numerous. So many opportunities that you have a situation whereby you have more jobs than people available to fill them. I don't know. Some people think that's not possible. It is. At the start of the year, now you can check this out. Like I said, check things out. Okay. At the start of the year, that's at the start of 2024. France released a report that said that they had a shortage of tech talent. That is, there are more opportunities available, so many opportunities, but we don't have as much as we don't have enough people to fill in these roles. So we have so many jobs available, but few talents. Many opportunities, but not enough talent. That is what you want to go into. You want to pick a path that as soon as you learn, you are sure of getting a job. So many opportunities, you can apply for 10 jobs a day. Every day you can apply for 10 jobs. Today you apply for 10 jobs. Tomorrow when you go online again, you see 2 new jobs, like 10 new jobs. When you take a look at the different sites, you see 10 new jobs every day, like different job posts. You want to go ahead to learn a skill that your background will not influence your transitioning. Ease of transitioning. And also, you want to learn a skill that high and rewarding salary. We talked about this. Okay, you want to earn the Benjamins. Okay, you want to earn what? The Benjamins. And what are the Benjamins? Okay, what are the Benjamins? I'm sure we know what the Benjamins are. Okay, if you don't know what the Benjamins are, so you want to earn good money. That is one of the driving factors. If your driving factor to get into tech is to make good money, it's not a problem. You don't need to be shy because the best are like, oh, it's money, money, money. You think about, yeah, actually, money is good. Trust me. Think about money. Okay. So if that is what you're looking to do, tech is one way to go. Now, there are different career paths. There are 4 career paths that we are going to take a look at today that contain each and every one of these features. That if you go into any one of these paths, you are sure of what? Having all of those features that are listed in that role. I'm talking about being a business analyst, being a data analyst, a HR analyst, or a financial analyst. In all of these roles, you are sure of ease of learning. 3 months, 4 months, you are done. You've gotten the skills you need. Ease of transitioning, you've gotten the skills you need, but you also want that job. So you've learned. Ease of transition, you get the job. Easy for you to make that transition. Again, you don't want to learn and remain, just stay back. Okay, either you're looking to make a transition, you're looking to get a promotion, all of that you get it in this 4 path. And then of course, the high and rewarding salary. In this path, remember we talked about what if you were given a choice in law enforcement, what would you we took a look at police chief, we took a look at forensic investigator, we took a look at fraud investigator, and we took a look at internal affairs officer. And some of us, we went ahead to pick police chief. Some of us, we went ahead to pick a fraud investigator. Some of us, we picked we picked internal affairs officer and also forensic investigator. What we have, the police chief is similar to the business analyst. The data analyst is similar to the forensic investigator. The financial analyst, just like the fraud investigator. And the HR analyst, the internal affairs officer. So you might be wondering, oh, Isusa, you just brought all of this up. Now tell me, how does being a business analyst relate to being a police chief? How? How does being a data analyst relate to being a forensic investigator? How? How does being a financial analyst relate to being a fraud investigator? How? And how does being an HR analyst how does being an HR analyst relates to being an internal affairs officer? How? We'll see this. I would explain. Let's pause. Let's move on. I'll come back, okay? Remember I told you I will come back to, police chief, forensic investigator. I told you I will come back to that, right? And I came back. Okay, so I'm telling the truth. Now I'm telling you again, we'll come back. Just stay tuned. All you need is your cup of juice. So if you have a cup of juice, just get your cup of juice. A cup of tea, okay, you can get a cup of tea. A cup of coffee, depending on where you are, okay, it might be too early or too late for coffee. So maybe maybe it's 1 a.m., 2 a.m. So if you're from that region, from that time zone, I think it's too early for coffee. If you can, maybe it's 2 p.m. your time, 2 p.m. your time, okay? If that's the case, I think it's too late for coffee. And then if your time is around, let's say 8 p.m., 9 p.m. ish, I still think it's too late for coffee. But if you like coffee, you can go ahead to take coffee, okay? But whatever you need, just get that and relax and listen. We will come back to this, okay? We would come back to this. Now, why should you believe me? Remember, I talked about the fact that there are so many opportunities available in each and every one of these roles. And I've been saying over and over and over again, go ahead and check. Go do your findings. I've been saying that over and over again. All of the skills, being a business analyst, HR analyst, financial analyst, or a data analyst, I talked about that there are so many opportunities. What is the backing we have? Of course, we did our research. We took a look at job sites. And then we took a look at the number of job postings that occur each day for each and every one of these paths before we came to a decision. But we needed an external confirmation. We needed someone that would not be biased to do their own research, because of course it could be like, because we want, we offer business analysis programs and all of that we are biased in our research. So we are researching in a way that would favor being a business analyst. Okay, so we did our research, but to take off bias, we took a look at external bodies that would perform a similar research and come to their own conclusion. Talking about the World Economic Forum. Now, the World Economic Forum released a report called The Future of Jobs. What is the future of jobs? So you can look this up online. So all you need to do is just go to your browser and type Future of Job Reports by the World Economic Forum. Okay. As soon as you get this slide, you can also just click on this link to download the full report. So the report is about 239 pages. Okay. But this particular page you see on page 30. Okay, so this is what we're focused on. Now, this page, what this shows us is the list of jobs that would increase with time, and those that will reduce in time in terms of the number of opportunities available. Okay, so Chinelo wants me to repeat the site again. So I said, search for the World Economic Forum Future of Jobs report. So you can see it over here. All right. Future of Job Report, the World Economic Forum. Okay. So the PDF, once you go to the site, just navigate through, you locate the PDF, open up the PDF for the latest, that's the latest report, and you go to page 30 and you see all of this. Now, at the left, what you have there is the jobs that are only going to increase with time in terms of opportunities, like I said earlier. And by the right, what you have is what? Jobs that are going to have a decline. Okay, so Olamide, I see your question. Okay, I see your question. So for some of the questions, I'm going to take that. Okay, so I'm going to take our questions by the end of the session. Okay, so I can see questions are coming in already, and that's great. Okay, that's great. That shows that we are listening. Okay, so by the left, what you would see, you see so many tech jobs, but not every tech role. Okay, you would see many tech roles, but not every tech role. So you can go ahead to learn tech. You say learn tech. I want to learn tech, in quotes, learn tech. You can go ahead to learn tech and be learning the wrong tech. It's possible. Okay? You can learn the wrong tech. You learn tech and you feel like, oh, I've not gotten a job because what you learned the wrong tech. Most of these roles here, they are all based on data. That is for each and every one of these roles. For most of them, they use data in their operations. You see, I have some highlighted. I have the business intelligence analyst. I have the data analyst and scientist. I have the process automation specialist. Those four career paths that we've talked about, I mentioned, that's the business analyst, the HR analyst, the data, and then the financial analyst. You can see you can see the roles available on the left. You see the data analyst and scientist. This covers all of the data analyst roles. That's your data analyst, your financial analyst, and also your HR analyst. But there are so many opportunities available now, and that it's only going to increase with time. You have the business intelligence analyst. Now, a data analyst can also work as a business intelligence analyst. You have the process automation specialist, where the business analyst actually comes in. Okay, a business analyst can work as a process automation specialist. And then we have the financial analyst. Of course, in the financial analyst and the HR analyst, they are also among that data analyst and scientists, like I mentioned. And then you still see some other roles. You see things like your project managers, you see things like your data engineers, your information security analyst, talking about your cybersecurity analyst. All of those career path, every program we offer here at Analytics, you can get all of those jobs from this point, from this aspect. So we don't just go out there to say, oh, come and learn this, come and learn this. No, you learn what would get you the job. But Aisha, sir, you've been speaking for a while. Aisha, sir, I've been listening to you. But I went ahead to search for business analyst roles. And I only saw like 7. And you're telling me that there are so many roles available. You are telling me that I can have like 10 new roles available each day. But I went ahead to check things out, and it seems that is not the case. You are wrong. I am right. The reason why many persons think that there are no roles available in tech, especially because sometimes I hear things like this. ICSR data business analysis is saturated. Everybody's been a business analyst. There are no roles available. All of those things. That is false. As a business analyst, you don't just work as a business analyst. People get it wrong here. When they go ahead to apply for jobs, what they do is that they just search for business analyst. So they go to the job site and they go to the search bar. or yes, it's called the search bar, I believe. Okay, and then they type in what? Business analyst and search. And only the roles available there is what they go ahead to apply for. That is not the right way to apply to search for jobs. Why? Many companies that want business analysts do not go ahead to say, I want a business analyst. There are numerous synonyms used for every one of those roles. A company that wants a business analyst could place the job title, like the job title could be business data analyst. It could be a systems analyst. That's the job title. What you're going to be doing is business analysis, no doubt about that. But the title is different. I'm sure we are familiar with this. For those of us that for those of us that working that we are professionals, I'm sure you know that in different companies, the name of the role is usually is different many times. Like if you have a data analyst in your company, the data analyst could be called a digital product analyst and not just data analyst. If we want a data analyst that would work in the marketing department, what would we do? What would the company do? They will go ahead to say, oh, I'm searching for what? A marketing analyst. So I want someone that would work in what? In the supply chain department. Or they want what? A supply chain analyst. And because you went ahead to just search for what? Data analyst or business analyst, you don't see all of these roles. As a business analyst, you can work as a business data analyst, a process analyst, a systems analyst, a functional analyst, 10 different roles, and so much more. There are over 40 different job sites available. Many people just know about Indeed, LinkedIn, and which other one? I think that's what many persons know. Then, of course, read.co.uk is still fairly popular. Okay, so that's what many persons know. Okay, but there are so many job sites available. Of course, we will provide you with all of that, so you don't need to worry. We'll provide you with job sites, okay? Now, imagine that for LinkedIn, you went on LinkedIn today, you searched for business analyst, you applied. You searched for business data analyst, you applied. You searched for change management analyst, you applied. All of this on LinkedIn. You went on Indeed. You search for what? Business analyst. You search for each and every one of those roles in each and every one of the job sites, and you applied. There's no way you're not going to get a job. Like there's absolutely no way. Okay, there's absolutely no way. The thing is that many persons are just narrow. That it's just you just go on LinkedIn and you apply for 2 jobs or business analyst only on one site, lacking what I like to call the know-how. And that is the same case for the data analytics, for financial analytics, for HR analytics. Each and every one of this path, there are so many roles available. Now, really, okay, is it possible for you to succeed? Yes. I've been saying this over and over and over again, that you really don't need to listen to me. Of course, I want you to listen to me. But if you don't believe me, listen to them. Listen to the people that we've been able to help transition from the classroom into their first job in tech. Listen to Abigail. Abigail was able to switch from being a care worker in Canada to being a business analyst for the government of Edmonton, okay, in Canada, working for the government. Listen to Abigail. You have the link here. So once you get the recording, all you need to do, just click on this link. Or you can follow us on social media, listen to all of the testimonials. Listen to Tony. Tony was a pharmacist, but she was able to transition to what? A benefit analyst. Benefit analyst, that's like another term for what? For your HR analytics and also your data analytics. Remember, many roles don't just come with what? Oh, I want you to be a HR analyst. Many roles don't just come like that. A HR analyst can work as a people's operations analyst. That could be the job role, the job title. Listen to Benga. Agbenga got a job in Poland after spending 2 years searching for a job. Listen to Victor. How Victor was able to get a job as a financial analyst. How Victor was able to make that switch. Got a job as a finance company after training with analytics, after going through the financial analytics program. Listen to Nathaniel. Listen to these guys. For you to know that it is possible to make the switch. But really, who is a business analyst? Okay? Because we've been talking about business analysis, data analytics, HR, but who is a business analyst really? Being a business analyst, what does it mean? I should say, no problem. I want to be a business analyst, but I don't even know what I do. How do I know I can be a business analyst when I don't even know what the role entails? A business analyst is a professional who analyzes a company's processes and improves on it, giving solutions to what business challenges. A business analyst is someone that takes a look at a company and figures out ways that you can change the dynamics of that company, taking them from where they are to where they want to be, improving on what companies' operations and processes. We take a look at an example of what a business analyst really does. Let's take a look at a case, okay? A case study. All right? Stay with me, guys. Stay with me. If you're still with me, send TGIT to the chat box, like I said earlier, okay? If you're with me, send what? TGIT to the chat box. Thank God it's what? Thursday. Thank God it's Thursday. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I need more responses, okay? I need more responses. Before we go into the case study, let's understand what being a business analyst really means. All right, then. All right. Great. So please fill in the attendance form. All right. Some of us were yet to fill in the attendance form. Please go ahead, click on the link and what? Fill in the form. Very, very important to do that. Okay. Fill in the form, fill in the form, fill in the form. So you get all of these resources. Now, let's say you are selling handbags. Okay. Let's say you're selling handbags. And customers have been complaining of delayed deliveries. You have a situation whereby customer one comes today, purchases from you and says, oh, that the goods I ordered for, it arrived very late. I wanted them to arrive like 5 hours time, and then it came in like 5 days time or something. Okay, so customers are complaining that when I order a product from you, it takes time before it's delivered. You would want to change that because you don't want to lose customers. If you go ahead to what? If you go ahead to just say, oh, no problem, no problem. Yeah, I don't care. They are still going at the end of the day, they are still going to at the end of the day, they are still going to patronize me. I don't care if they have delayed deliveries. At the end of the day, they are still going to patronize me. What would happen? You would have a decline in customers. Now, what would the business analyst do? The business analyst will take a look at the current process, which is called the current state. Something in business analysis that every business analyst needs to know is gap analysis. And what does gap analysis say? What is the meaning of gap analysis? Gap analysis says that you are identifying where a company is. You identify, oh, this is where we are at the moment. This is where we want to be. How do we move from point A to point B? Gap analysis is you taking a look at your customers, your current state. Oh, this is the process I use at the moment that is not really efficient. Okay, this is the process I use at the moment that is not really efficient. Just a moment. Just give me a moment, please. Okay, so it seems I just want to restrict. It seems some persons are writing on my screen. I just want to stop that. Okay. All right. So apologies, I could see markings and I did not do that. Okay. All right. So as the business, yes, I was saying, as the business analyst, you you now want to take a look at the current process. Oh, this is the way we currently deliver products, and there's an issue. So what can we do to solve that issue? So what is the current state? How do customers order? Customers would call, oh, so please, I would like to order 5 bags, 5 pink bags or 5 blue bags. I want bags, okay? And I want them delivered to me in about 2 hours time. Customers would call. And then what's the next thing? After customers call, now this is your business. We're analyzing your business. This is what a business analyst will do, okay? The business analyst would analyze your business. Oh, so after customers call, what's the next thing? A staff would what? Write down the orders. Maybe there you have a book, maybe one big book that you write down orders. All right. So the staff what writes down the orders, and then you scan through a notebook to check if the item is available. So, oh, a customer called. I want 5 blue bags. And then what would the business analyst do? Okay, sorry, not the business analyst. Okay, a customer calls. I want 5 blue bags. Then what happens? The staff says, "Oh, so you want 5 blue bags? Okay, 5 blue bags." And what? Jot it down. And then the staff would take a look at that record and compare it with your inventory to know if we still have blue bags available. And then if we have blue bags, the staff goes ahead to print the order details like an invoice. All right. And then goes to the store to check if the item is really available. So the first thing was like what you scan through your book because you have a list, your inventory, everything you sell. All right. So a customer calls and says, "Oh, I want 5 blue bags." Then you check your book, your staff, especially if it's your staff. The staff checks the books. Do we have do we have blue bags? Do we even sell blue bags? And then after checking, oh, we actually do sell blue bags. Then they print the order details and then goes to the store to check if blue bags are currently available. It's one thing for you to sell blue bags. It's another thing for you to have blue bags still in the store. Okay, so let's go to check what if blue bags are available, and then if the blue bags are available, what do? They pick the item, select pick the item, do all of the packaging, prepare the shipping labels, and then calls a courier, or what we call I think there's this popular term, what's it called? Yeah, courier is there's this other term that's called I've forgotten the term. Okay, so there's this other term that some persons use to someone that would deliver your product. Okay, so but we know the courier, like they ship your goods to you. Okay, so I still can't remember the term. What is the name? What's the name? What delivery man? Thank you, Cyril. But is it delivery man? I think there's another term. There's something else that's used. I've forgotten the term. Will be. It's not will be. It's not will be. I'm looking for. But anyways, maybe I'll remember later. Okay, maybe I'll remember later. But I'm glad that we understand what the courier. So it calls the courier and say, "Oh, we need to deliver this item. So this customer sent for this and all of that." And then they what? Give it to them, and the courier picks it up and delivers to the customer. Okay. So I can say dispatcher. I love the fact that we are all listening. So that's still not what I'm looking for. But everything we've said so far, that's another 10. Okay, that's another 10. But we got with maybe if I remember later, I will let you guys know. Okay. Now, this current process, it takes 3 days to get the item delivered. This current state is 3 days. That's the reason why customers are complaining. That I order for an item and I get the item like 5 days, 3 days. We don't have quick delivery. And we need to change that. So the business analyst has taken a look at the current state, the current process. Oh, this is how we are doing this at the moment. And there's a problem because it takes 3 days to get goods delivered. What can we do to change the narrative? What can we do to ensure that we get that we reduce the delivery time? What can we do? And so we have what? The future state. What is the future state? The business analyst would now say, okay, so this current state is not working. How about we go ahead to have something like an e-commerce platform whereby customers can order online. And after the customers have ordered online, the next thing is that the order management system receives the order, a system, no longer an individual. So something you notice here is say staff. And humans are slow. I know it's a hard truth, but it's the truth. Humans are what? Slow. And so we are looking to replace this with a system. And the system will automatically update the inventory. So the system already knows, do we have this product or not? We don't even need to check the book. Like the system just knows. Once the order comes in, the system knows that, oh, we have this, we don't have this, we have this, we don't have this. And the system would also automatically keyword automatically. The staff has to do this earlier. The staff will take a look at the book. The staff will go ahead to check if the item is available. The staff will go ahead to print the order details. But now the system will automatically generate the order details, auto-generate shipping labels, and then we send to staff to pick up the item. So the staff is still going to be there. We are not going to just say, take the staff off completely. But many of the things the staff did previously, we would now use machines to hasten the process. And then the staff would now pick up the item because the machine has done all of the checks. So the staff knows that the item is available, picks up the item, and then auto schedule pick up with couriers. So while the system tells the staff to pick up the item, the system would also send a message to a courier and say, oh, please come and pick this item and all of that. And then the courier picks up the item to drop off with the customer. And this future state would take what? 5 hours. Okay? Much of the heavy lifting, this order management system will do all of that. Because before the staff goes to the warehouse to check, oh, do we have this available? Do we have this available? The system has done all of that. And if maybe you have 20 orders, before the staff goes ahead to process the first order, process the second order, just like in the blink of an eye, the system has processed all of the orders. This is what a business analyst do. Look for ways to transform an organization process, making things more easy, helping the organization achieve its goals. A business analyst also is that middleman between the technical stakeholder and the non-technical stakeholder. I would explain what I mean, okay? But what does a business analyst need? We're still going to that, okay? So like I said, a business analyst is also, in addition to everything we talked about earlier, a business analyst is also, let me just see if I can take off those markings, okay? All right. So a business analyst is also the middleman between what? Between the non-technical stakeholder and the technical stakeholder. Who is the non-technical stakeholder and who is the technical stakeholder? The non-technical stakeholder, they are the people that make decisions within a company. You know, the CEO, the CFO, the CTO, the COO, the CGR. How many other C's? So there are, there are so many C's. The CFR, think of all the C's you can think about, okay? So those guys are what? The non-technical stakeholders, managers, people that make the decisions. And then we have the technical stakeholder. Who is the technical stakeholder? The technical stakeholder is that person that is actually doing the work. Let's say a company wants to create an application. They want to they want to create an application. And who will create the application? A developer. So the company employs a developer to come in, to build that application. But the developer needs information. The developer needs more information to know the kind of application to build. We want to build an e-commerce application. We call in the developer and tell the developer, oh, look here, we want to build an e-commerce application. That is not enough. The developer needs to know some other details. What kind of payment platform should we use? Should the application be green in color? When you click on the application, should the application sing happy birthday to you? When you use the application, should the application give you a round of applause? Yes, I know we are building an e-commerce application, but what are the nitty-gritties in the details? All of those things the CEO knows. All of those things the CFO knows, because they are the ones that have the idea. They are the ones that said, oh, let's build an application. To be able to get all of this information to the developer to build that application, the business analyst is needed. The business analyst will carry out what we call your requirement gathering, your elicitation, and they will get all of the details needed. Oh, so this is what we need to be in the application. And we'll give them to the developer as an acceptance criteria. What is acceptance criteria? Acceptance criteria is what would need to be in the application for us to have a definition of done. That is, this should be the application for us to say that, oh, the application is good, it's good to go. We can launch this. For you to be a successful business analyst, for you to succeed as a business analyst, there are different things you need. You need your data skills, because many recruiters, they want business analysts that have a flavor of data analytics. Business analysts that can leverage data to assist them when they are looking to change business processes. And that's why you have your Power BI, your SQL, and your what? Your Excel. To give you that, that flavor of data analytics, okay? Like just spice, so when you're cooking, okay? So when you're cooking, you sprinkle, spices, okay? So that is what this would do for you, giving you an edge above others. And then you want to know about process mapping, how you can map out the business processes, the current state, the future state, using tools such as your draw.io, such as your Lucid chart. You want to be able to go ahead to launch, you want to be able to go ahead to initiate projects, talking about your project initiation planning. You want to understand Agile and Scrum for projects. You want to understand software development lifecycle, what you use when you're looking to build an application. Oh, we need to start from the planning phase, we move to the next phase, we move to the next phase, and all of that. Your requirement fundamentals, your elicitation, your stakeholder analysis and engagement, and of course, your ChatGPT for business analysis. That is who a business analyst is. But who is a data analyst? A data analyst is someone that is responsible for interpreting organization decisions. That is responsible for what? Interpreting data to help the company make data-driven decisions. A data analyst is someone that communicates with data. A data analyst is someone that plays with data. A data analyst is someone that eats data for lunch, for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Le petit déjeuner, le déjeuner, and le dîner. Okay? So that's French with an accent. Okay? Anyways, so that is what the data analyst does. The data analyst is focused on two major areas. Talking about that's what happened and why did it happen? what happened and why did it happen? And that is what your descriptive analytics. Oh, so how much did you make last year? The data analyst will go ahead to what? To analyze the data to identify, oh, this is how much we made last year. We made 50 million. And why did we make 50 million? Talking about your diagnostic analytics. Oh, we made 50 million. Oh, that's good. Applaud the say. Fantastic. Okay. So what can we do to ensure that we keep on making 50 million? That is what your diagnostic analytics. Something that confuses people the most is, oh, data analytics, business analysis. Is there a difference? Data analytics, business analysis, is there a difference? Is there a difference between being a data analyst and a business analyst? We'll take a look at that. Okay, we'll take a look at that soon. But a data analyst will do this conversion. A data analyst will convert, you see this data set, these are data sets, these are raw data sets. A data analyst will convert this data set into actionable insights, into a dashboard, using your visuals, using charts and graphs. We do this conversion for easy to understand insights, and so the company is able to, because if we take a look at this now, you really can't tell much about this. If I ask you, what is the favorite destination of people? You don't know. Yeah, you can say Berlin, 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 but we also have some destinations at the bottom, and you really can't tell which is the most popular. So what the data analyst will do is that all of this will be converted to what? To this. So we can see that, oh, Paris. Okay, so Paris that's the highest destination. People that like to for people that like to travel. So this is a travel data set. Making data clear and easy to understand. For you to be a data analyst, what do you need? You need your problem solving skills. You need to be able to solve problems. You can't claim you're a data analyst if you can't solve problems. If you're a data analyst, if you say you're a data analyst and you can't solve problems, you are not a data analyst. You are a dashboard builder. Okay, that's what I call them. So you are a data, you say, oh, I'm a data analyst. I can build dashboards. I can work with Excel. I can work with Power BI. I can work with SQL. But you can't solve problems. You are a dashboard builder. Don't call yourself a data analyst, please. Okay, so you need to be able to what? Solve problems. And that is the reason you start with your problem solving. Understanding the different problem solving skills, your McKinsey model, the 5 whys, the Cripps DM framework, different ways that you can go ahead to solve business problems. Of course, you have your Excel. Excel is your bread and butter. You want to be able to understand how to analyze data using Microsoft Excel. Your SQL, how you can extract data from a database using Microsoft Excel. Your Power BI, a business intelligence tool. Your Tableau, also a business intelligence tool. You want to be able to tell stories with your data. I'm sure we know about stories. You know, I'm sure we know about stories where you have story. Once upon a time, time. Okay, there was a man called Isusa. Okay, but we know about stories. You want to be able to go ahead to tell the story using data, but of course, you're not going to begin with story. You want to be a professional. Okay, so you're not going to go to the office and say story, but you get what I mean. Being able to find information from your data and being able to communicate that information efficiently and effectively to others. Making sense of your data. And of course, your ChatGPT for analytics, your Microsoft Fabrics for analytics. You want to understand all of these tools. But really, what is the difference between a business analyst and a data analyst? So, of course, we know about the different skills. So, the different places that you can work as a data analyst. So, I went through this earlier. Okay. But what is the difference between a data analyst and a business analyst? For a data analyst, let's take a look at the tasks and responsibilities. For a data analyst focuses on using data to help the business answer key questions and solve problems through data-driven decisions. Using data to solve business problems. While the analyst looks at the holistic performance of the business, takes a look at the general overview of the business, looking for inefficiencies and how to optimize the process. Data analysts will take a look at the data, or we can, based on the data, we can do this to solve the problem. Business analysts will take a look at the general business operations, the general business processes, identify inefficiencies and how to what make the process better. A data analyst focuses more on focus on the technical tools. Working with your Excel, your Power BI, your SQL to get insights from your data by looking at trends and understanding patterns. The business analyst is more focused on how the insights from the data analyst can help in increasing the overall efficiency and revenue of the organization. So the data analyst has gone ahead to analyze the data and said that we can do this, and we can do this. Understand the patterns, understand the trends. The business analyst will take all of that and use what the data analyst has found to improve the company's process and to achieve this company's objectives. A data analyst works a lot with cleaning your data, preparing your data for analysis, building reports and dashboards to communicate findings. A business analyst works a lot with business stakeholders. As a business analyst, you are going to be communicating a lot. You are going to be speaking with people. Oh, I need this, or I need to do this, or what's this, what is that? You are going to be at the front end. What are the skills needed? For a data analyst needs the problem-solving skills. You need to be able to solve problems. Your communication skill, your data storytelling, Excel, Power BI, Tableau, SQL, and also ChatGPT for data analytics. And the business analyst needs interviewing skills, communication skills, people skills, how to use Jira, Draw.io, Confluence, your Excel, Power BI, and your SQL, and also your ChatGPT for business analysis. Who is a financial analyst? Okay? Who is a financial analyst? A financial analyst is a data analyst. A financial analyst is a data analyst. But a financial analyst focuses on what? Focuses on data. Focuses on financial data. Sorry, I beg your pardon. Okay? A financial analyst focuses on what? Financial data. A financial analyst is a data analyst that analyzes financial data. Now, remember we talked about police chief earlier. And I said that the police chief is like the business analyst. Because just like the way the police chief will take a look at the department processes and find ways to optimize resources, that is the same thing the business analyst will do. The forensic investigator is the data analyst. Because the forensic investigator will take a look at the scene, the crime scene, and would use what was found in the crime scene to tell you what happened and how it happened in the crime scene. Oh, the gun was shot at this angle. Things like that. That is what a data analyst does as well, using data. The fraud investigator is the financial analyst. Because the fraud investigator is focused on what? Financial data. Helping to manage the health of the financial health of the organization. That's similar to being a financial analyst. A financial analyst is someone that takes a look at the company's financials, identify key areas for investment. Oh, I think we can invest at this point. Oh, this investment is looking good, and I think we can go ahead to invest in this. We're expecting good returns. A financial analyst is someone that will go ahead to build a financial model for the company. A financial analyst is someone that would ensure that the company remains what? Profitable. A financial analyst is a specialist when it comes to finance. What do you need to become a financial analyst? Remember, I talked about the fact that a financial analyst is a data analyst that focuses on what? On what? On financial data. You got that right. So, since the financial analyst is also a data analyst, they need what? You need your problem solving, your Excel, your Power BI, and your SQL. And then you now focus on finance. Taking a look at your accounting fundamentals, understanding your financial analysis, your financial modeling, and also valuation. sensitivity, and scenario analysis. This would make you a successful financial analyst. Who is a HR analyst? A HR analyst is a professional that focuses on what? People data. A data analyst, but focused on people data. One of the core pillars of any successful organization is its people. There are three pillars, I believe. One of them is what? People. The people that make up the business. If you don't have if your employees are not performing as they should, they're not performing optimally, then the business is going to sink. That's just the way it is. There's really nothing you can do. And so the HR analyst will use the data, the people data, to optimize and to improve on the employee performance, and also to advise on HR policies and strategies. A HR analyst is someone that would find out how they can go ahead to, the best way we can recruit people. Also, what's the best way we can recruit people? What is the best way that we can go ahead to ensure talent retention? A HR analyst is someone that would convert exit interviews that many of companies have. So, someone wants to leave the organization. They come over to meet you and they say, oh, they're sending their resignation letter, and then the HR will have what? Exit interview. So why did you leave? Was there something we did wrong? Blah, 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 all of those. Okay. That is trying to solve a problem, trying to fix a problem after damage has been done. Trying to take medicine after death. Trying to cure an illness that's already terminal. An HR analyst would go ahead to have preventive measures, things to do to ensure that we are not in that same situation whereby there's nothing we can do. An HR analyst will go ahead to ensure that the company is putting things in place to prevent them from being in a place that they will no longer be able to put things in place. That was a fantastic line. I think I'm going to frame that. Okay. So I think I'm going to frame that line. So I'll frame it quotes. I just said this. Okay. I just made that quote. Okay. Okay. So what do I mean by stay interviews? We convert exit interviews to stay interviews, whereby they will take a look at the data, analyze the trend. Oh, we've noticed that people that fall in this category are more likely to leave the organization, and they will go ahead to have meetings with people that are in that phase. So let's say HR notice that the HR analyst notice that as soon as an employee gets married, give them 2 months tops. They will send in a resignation letter. Okay, they'll take a look at the data, the attrition data, and they notice that employees that are most likely to, be treated are those that just got married. And they would now have stay interviews. Oh, so Kunle just got married. Okay, so Jacinta just got married. And they would reach out to these individuals. Oh, hello, Kunle. Oh, hello, Jacinta. I know that you just got married. Or this is the company trying to just have extend just welcome you, to tell you that you're good, you're fine. To tell you that we are happy. Congratulations. We want to know, is there anything that we can do? Listen, is there anything we can do to improve on your work? Is there something you'd like to tell us? I hope everything is going fine, everything is going smoothly. And then this employee would now go ahead to say, oh, I noticed that, so thank you very much. There's something I wanted to say. That I have a new spouse, so I would like if I can have more time, okay, so to improve my work-life balance, because maybe the issue was work-life balance, or to improve my work-life balance so I can spend more time with my spouse and all of that. So the HR analyst would identify this, and if it's something the company can do, the company can afford, I will go ahead to put that in place to ensure that that employee does not leave the organization. That is identifying an issue and fixing the issue even before the issue occurs, or before the issue arises. That can only be done with data. What do you need to be an HR analyst? Your problem solving, your Excel, your Power BI, your SQL, everything, your data analytics essentials. And then you move into HR analytics and performance evaluation, HR metrics and life cycle, HR analysis and dashboarding, collaboration and report automation, understanding how you can use data in HR policies. If you are with me, you know the drill. Send a TGIT to the chat box. Okay? If you're still with me, send a TGIT to the chat box. Thank God it's Thursday. Okay? Thank God it's Thursday. So Chinelo is still very, very much with me. Olola Day is still very much with me. What about the rest of us? Send a TGIT to the chat box. TGIT. Okay? TGIT. Fantastic. So Shao is still with me. iPhone is still with me. Joyce is still with me. Okay? TGIT. Absolutely brilliant. Now, which of this career path do you think you would like to go into? Which of them is interesting to you? From everything we've said so far, which of them do you find yourself doing? Would you want to move into business analysis? Would you want to move into data analytics, into financial analytics, or into HR analytics? What do we think? So what do you think is that role for you? So iPhone says data analytics. So iPhone is looking at data analytics. Chinelo is moving towards the HR side of things. Okay. What about the rest of us? What are we interested in? What are we interested in? So I've gotten a response from iPhone. I've gotten a response from Chinelo. Shao says business analysis. So Shao is looking to get into business analysis. Onaze is looking to get into financial analytics. D Gold is looking to move into HR. And Linda is looking to move into data analytics. Elizabeth is looking to move into HR analytics. Chinelo, HR analytics. Olola Day, data analytics. Osapolo is looking to move into what? Business analysis. Busola is looking to move into data analytics, and Dami says, I have always been looking at business analysis. Absolutely fantastic. You guys are doing well. Good choice. Each and every one of us made a fantastic choice. Okay? All right. So, it always seems impossible until it is done. You might be wondering, what would make me different? Of course, I showed you some success stories, but is it just 5 persons? Is it just 5? Oh, so out of many persons that have joined the program, it's just 5 persons. No, we've been able to help over 2,000 plus individuals, over 2,000 plus people transition from the classroom into their first job in tech. And once you get the slides, you can listen to Busola. So this was Busola got joined our data analytics program in March this year. And Busola currently works as a performance analyst. Again, look at the phrase, performance analyst. It's not data analyst. People really don't know this. Like I keep saying it over and over again. When they are applying for jobs, don't just go search for data analyst. You would not see, you would only be limited. You would only see few aspects. Okay, you need to spread your wings. Busala works as what? A performance analyst. After going through the data analytics program, she works as a performance analyst in Desjardins, Canada, and Desjardins is one of the financial giants in Canada. So this is Busala reaching out to us. Okay, so you can read Busala's message, and this was when we were asked for a reference letter. Okay, so they reached out to us, asking for a reference for Busola, and of course we provided a fantastic reference letter. So you have the slides. Listen to, take a look at this. Take a listen. Listen to Busola. Read up on Bookie, how we are able to help Bookie land the job as a data scientist with one of the largest recruiting firms in the world. How we were able to help Sheung. Sheung got 2 jobs, 2 different offers. One as a data analytics specialist, and the other with a data consulting firm, and the other as a senior data reporting analyst with a government regulator in the UK. 2. Okay, 2. Like I told you guys, there are so many opportunities available. There are more opportunities than we have people available to take those roles. Okay, so these are sessions that we've had that we called some of these people to come in to speak. Listen to the sessions. Listen to Joel. So click on this. Just listen in. Okay, listen to Joel. How Joel was able to get a job. How Akintayo was able to get a job. How Muhyiddin was able to get a job as a business data analyst working for BBX while in Nigeria. So Muhyiddin is in Nigeria and works for a company in the UK. Listen to Karima. How Karima was able to get a job. How Vivian was able to get a job. How they were able to make that switch after training with Tenalytics. So many testimonials. So many. Okay, these are some success stories from data analysts. You can take a look at this when you get the slides. Okay, sorry about that. Apologies about that. Sorry, just clicked on something else. Okay, so yeah, so I said this is these are some success some data analyst success stories. So you can take a look at this. You can take a look at all of this. I don't want to spend time on this. Okay, so you will get the slides. If you are yet to fill the attendance form, ensure you do that. Fill in the attendance form so you get the materials, you get the slides. You listen to how we've been able to help these people. They have links. Listen to them speak and tell you how they were able to make that switch. Listen to reading. Listen to those that we have been able to help transition into business analysis. Okay, we have those from the financial analytics. We have those from the HR analytics. Listen to each and every one of those people. But that's not enough to convince you. Okay. Okay. You are wondering, oh, Aisha, I hear you. I hear you. Yeah, I hear you clearly. Okay, you've been speaking for a while. I hear you clearly. Okay, but I know a friend. I have a friend. My friend learned how to use Excel, Power BI, and SQL 5 years ago. 5. Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. On, do, try, cut, send. Again, French with an accent. Okay, so but I have a friend that learned all of these tools, Excel, Power BI, and SQL or SQL for 5 years ago. He still has no tech job. What would make me get a job? Okay, Aisha, you're saying there are opportunities, but people have not. I know someone that has not gotten a job. Why did the person not get a job if there are so many opportunities available? Why? Okay, why? Calm down. Stay with me. It's simple. They are lacking the other 50%. Over here at Analytics, we understand what works, what you need to get a job. We know what works. It is like take a look at our success. I just really no need to speak on that again. We know what works. And what will get you the job is not just your skills. For you to be able to get a job as a data analyst, it's not just about you knowing how to work with Excel, you knowing how to work with Power BI, or you knowing how to work with SQL. That's not the only thing. You need more than that. You can't just go ahead to learn Excel. Oh, I go through, you learn all of this and you're like, oh, I'm going to get a job. You need more than that. You need the other 50%. You need to complete the job equation. What is the job equation? The job equation is T plus E. We get you the job. What is T plus E? Your technical skills plus the employability skills would land you that job. Many persons only have the technical skills, but they don't have a job. A job in tech, at least. They don't have a job in tech. And that's because the equation is not complete. They are missing a key component, which is the employability skills. It's one thing for you to be able to do work. It's one thing for you to be a data analyst. It's one thing for you to know how to be a business analyst. It's one thing for you to be a financial analyst, a HR analyst. It's one thing for you to be able to do the job. It's another thing, something entirely different for a recruiter to know that you can do the job. It's one thing for you to be able to use your skills. It's another thing for the recruiter to employ you. Let's say, I always love using this analogy. Let's say I need someone to bake a cake for me. Oh, I want to bake a cake. Okay, maybe there's this event coming up and I want something nice, maybe a 5-step cake, something fantastic. Okay, and you can bake a cake. You are a fantastic baker. How do I know you can bake a cake? Am I just going to just employ you? How do I know that you will bake the right cake for me? Yes, you have the skills, you can bake a cake, but why would I employ you? So that's why, in addition to you learning the technical skills, you are going to get the other 50%. Talking about the employability skills. We have different levels. You got the level 1, where you have your CV review sessions. Some persons go ahead to apply for jobs. They go ahead to apply for jobs. Or I just applied for the job. And then they are like, okay, I'm going to get this job in the next, let's say in the next 3-4 days, 1 week tops. The recruiter is going to call me and then I'm going to, I know, the job description was everything in the job description. I could do all of that. I know I did everything rightly. Everything was looking sweet. I know that the recruiter is going to call me. And then they wait 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, a year. The recruiter doesn't call. They don't even get a rejection letter or a rejection email. Do you know what a rejection email is? Let me tell you. Listen. Let me tell you what a rejection email is. A rejection email means that the recruiter took a look at your CV. Okay? The recruiter took a look at your CV and thought that, oh, we don't want you for the role. Or that you go to an interview and they're like, we don't want you for the role. That is what a rejection email means. So if you get a rejection email, you are sure that your CV was looked at. Many persons do not even get rejection emails. It's like they didn't even apply, like nothing changes. They don't get the job, no rejection email. And that's because when people go ahead to send their CVs, it stops at the ATS. What is the ATS? The applicant tracking system. A system that many recruiters use to filter out CVs that are not right for the job. So the ATS would only present those CVs that to the recruiter that I think that, oh, I think we can work with this person. This person looks good. This person can do the work. Those are the CVs that will get to the recruiter, that the recruiter will now look at. Okay, the recruiter will take a look at the CV and say, okay, I think we can work with this person or not. So 5,000 persons can go ahead to apply for a role. At the end of the day, the recruiter might only see just 20 CVs. The CV review session would show you how you can craft a great CV. A CV that will pass the ATS checkpoint. And not just pass the ATS checkpoint, but that when it also gets to the recruiter, that the recruiter will take a look at that CV and know that you are the one for the job and will go ahead to schedule an interview with you. The CV review session would show you how you can convert whatever experience you have right now into valuable experience. Because many persons, one thing that people say is that, when you go to apply for jobs, you see things like, oh, you must have 50 years experience, 200 years experience. And how can you get experience? How can you get experience for a job when you need to get the job to get experience? Okay? So you need experience to get a job, but you need the job to get experience. So how does it work? Okay, whatever experience you have is not useless. You might be looking to move into financial analytics and you don't have any experience in the financial sector. No problem. The CV review session would show you how you can convert your current experience into valuable experience that you can place on your CV for the role you're looking to apply to. Next, we have the LinkedIn session. The LinkedIn optimization session would show you how you can craft a good LinkedIn profile. For a couple of weeks back, their projects I've been working on, and I needed people that would work with me. Okay, and what did I do? I had no time to go ahead to start posting job links and so apply for this job if you're fit, blah blah blah. That's stressful. Okay, so what did I do? I went on LinkedIn and I searched for the role. Also, I need someone that can do this. Just place the job title. And profiles appeared. the profiles that I thought, were pleasing. Like, first of all, you needed to have a good profile picture. If a profile picture was something like, if you don't have a profile picture, if your profile picture is not good enough, all right? Like maybe you snapped the picture when you were in the market, okay? Or you're posing for I don't know, maybe a picture you snapped when you were eating. Okay, so you have your plate of food and you're eating and you're snapping pictures and you have that in your LinkedIn profile. I don't go with those. Okay, so your profile picture would need to be great for me to click on your profile, something professional. You can go to a studio, have a nice picture, something professional. And then when your profile picture is, it's pleasing to me, I then click on the profile. And then I take a look at the features of the profile, what those person has been able to do, and determine if they are fit for the role or not. And those that I identify are good enough for the role, I then reach out to them to send in their CVs. So this is me reaching out to you. I tell you, so I have so I can reach out to anybody. My LinkedIn account, I'm not limited. So I can reach out to anybody. So I then send you a message and tell you to what? And tell you to to send me your CV. So this is me telling you to apply for a role you did not even know existed. That can only be possible with a fantastic LinkedIn profile. The LinkedIn optimization session would show you how you can craft a good LinkedIn profile to ensure that what? To ensure that recruiters are calling to you. To ensure that you get what we call emails, whereby you are shown you're shown job opportunities that you are the perfect fit for. If you're interested in freelancing, you want to decide your own work hours. You want to be the boss. You want to work only 2 hours a day. Okay, Upwork is for you. Now, Upwork has some technicalities. I don't know if there's anyone on the call familiar with Upwork. If there's anyone on the call familiar with Upwork, you would know that Upwork has a currency-based system whereby you apply for jobs using connects. Okay, and people are like, oh, so how do I how many connects should I spend? Should I boost my proposal? How do I create a proposal that will be viewed by the recruiters? Okay, viewed. I even say that the recruiter the client would give you the job. For the client to even view your proposal, they're called proposals on Upwork. Okay, that the client would view your proposal and that your proposal is great, your profile is great, so ensure that you do land the job. The Upwork session will show you all of that for you to be a successful freelancer. The Navigating the Job Market will take you through how you can succeed in your climb. The Navigating the Job Market will show you how you can get a job in your location. You just migrated. You're new to a country and you don't know how the job market is like there. You don't know if to apply for jobs in the morning, in the afternoon, or in the evening. You don't know. So you navigate the job market with you in the session. You're going to speak with professionals that have been able to succeed where you are currently succeeding and will tell you what they did right. So you do those things right. And what they did wrong, so you don't do those things. Thereby multiplying your routes, your pace to success. All of this is to ensure that you get your feet in the door. Now, you've been called upon. Your CV is great, your LinkedIn is great, everything is good. You've been called upon. The recruiter wants to meet with you. We don't want it to end there. We don't want a situation whereby you get an interview, but you don't get the job. And that's why we have the job and interview prep. The job and interview preparation session will take you through how you can actually, how you can go to interviews and all of that. So you've gotten a job, or rather, you've gotten an interview. You get to schedule an interview prep session, a one-on-one session with a professional that will take you through. Okay, so if you ask this question, this is where you answer the question. This is what you do. This is what you do. You're asked to talk about your experience. This is how you talk about your experience. Or you're asked to make talk about your salary, or what salary are you looking? You want us to pay? This is how you answer that to ensure that you do get the job. And when the recruiter likes you, the recruiter wants you for the role, they would want to know if you are who you say you are. They would want to hear from someone that has worked with you previously and that can back up you up and say that, oh, you are a fantastic professional and that you are going to deliver. They request for reference letters. As long as you are a participant or an alumni with Analytics, you are sure of getting a fantastic reference letter. All right? So you get a reference letter from us to ensure that you get the job. That is what we are focused on. We are focused on you landing that job. You also have the weekly mentorship session. The weekly mentorship session is meant to mentor you weekly, show you new trends in the industry. Oh, this is something new. This is something you should take a look at. Oh, this is the new way to apply for jobs. Oh, there's this new tool that just came up. Oh, you've been applying for jobs, you've not been getting called back. It's fine. It's fine. We have what we call over the best of us still will have rejections. But keep on applying. Oh, you've not been getting jobs so far. Okay, so let's take a look at your CV. What's wrong? What can we do to improve that? The weekly mentorship sessions. And you also have on the job support. You've gotten the job, but you need help. You were told to do something that you're not really sure. You can reach out to us, and then we will guide you. We'll tell you, okay, so you can click on this, you can click on that, and you'll be able to do the work. And then you go back to work and you get it done. All of this is meant to provide you with the other 50% that would get you that job. Again, the technical skills is not enough for you to get the job. We also have a dual learning approach. Okay, at Analytics, when you are learning, it doesn't matter if you're a fast learner or if you are a slow learner, you are sure of learning because we have the Analytics LMS. I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, we have what? The Analytics LMS. Now, the Analytics LMS is a platform where you get to watch videos that would introduce you to concepts that you will be learning about in your next class. So you're going to have live classes. You are having live classes and you have videos. So you have a live class where you're speaking with facilitators, you're asking questions, just like what we're doing now, you're working on problems and all of that. And on the elements, you can come over here to watch videos on concepts that you're going to learn in the next class. So let's say the business analysis program, for instance. So I can click on the business analysis program. I'll click on continue learning. And by the right, you can see the different videos you have available. So this is the player. So that's going to load up soon. And then we have, so over here, so you can see this, the introduction, the week one. All right. So you have the videos on how you can install your different, the different applications you'll be using. And then you see week one, introduction to Excel. And then you can click on any of these videos. All right, you can click on any of these videos and then this will be loaded in. All right, so we can play this. All right, so you can play this and then you get to learn on, different concepts and you get to practice even before the class. So this is FMNA going through, going through different concepts on Excel. A dual learning approach, learning with the videos and also in a live class. So any that you prefer, you're good, you're fine. Okay, on the LMS we have you have, of course, over here you can see the schedule appointments where remember I talked about the fact that you can schedule for an interview prep. So you can click on schedule appointments to book a session with a professional. So you select the time that you'll be free and the time that the professional will be free, and then you jump on the call, and then you can click on these to request for a reference letter. And at the bottom, you see you have a leaderboard system whereby you get to see how you rank among your peers, those that are learning with you. Okay, so how where you gather XPs and all of that. And we also have the badge system just to make learning fun. All right. So That is something you are sure of getting. Now, our next cohort will begin on the 7th of September. The 7th of September. That is about less than a month from now. And for you to be a part of that cohort, what do you need to do? So you've decided that you want to be a business analyst. You've decided that you want to be a data analyst, that you want to be an HR analyst, a financial analyst. What do you need to do to get everything you need, the job equation, to get that job that you have everything you want? You have to be a part of the next cohort. All right. And for you to be a part of the next cohort, this is the fee. Now, the full amount for you, if you want to be a business analyst, if you want to go into the business analysis program, the data analytics, the HR analytics, or the financial analytics, the full amount is that you get to pay $750 if you are paid in dollars, £625 if you are paid in pounds, 730 euros if you are paid in euros, or 1,125 Canadian dollars. All right. So that's what you need to do. That's what you need to pay for you to be a part of the program. But at the moment, we are currently running a discount. We are running a discount for the first 20 persons to register. Now, the discount started at the start of this month. So at the moment, we have about 10 slots available. Okay, we have about 10 slots left. I think the last time I checked was about 13 to 10 slots left. Okay, so for you to be a part of the discount, you need to register as quickly as possible. And if you are able to be a part of the discount, you get to pay 20% less. So you get to pay $600 if you're paying in dollars, £500 if you're paying in pounds, 580 euros if you're paying in euros, and 900 Canadian dollars if you're paying in dollars. All right. And you can also break this down into 2 installments. You have the first installment and the second installment. So let's say you are unable to make the full amount right now, okay? But you want to ensure that you're part of the program. So you can go ahead to make your first installment. So you make your first installment. So let's say you're paid in dollars. You can go ahead to pay $400. You pay $400 before the end of the month. That's before September. So you go ahead to register and then you're a part of the class. And then 1 month into the program, which will be at the end of September, you get to pay the balance. Okay, that's the balance of $200. Now, my colleague has been sending in the link, the attendance form, and I should also send in the link for you to go ahead to make payment. All right. So once you click on that link, that's the mini stank link, it's going to take you over to the Analytics Enrollment Center. All right, it's going to take you over to the Analytics Enrollment Center. Now, over here, once you scroll down, of course, you have chat with Analytics. So let's say you're having an issue, you're trying to make payments, but something is not working, you need to speak with someone. You can click on chat with Analytics, and you can click on chat with Analytics, and there's someone on ground that will respond to you and help you out. And we currently offer 8 programs. If you're interested in other programs, you can go ahead to click on this to get more ideas on what the data engineering entails, what cybersecurity entails, and what each and every one of our programs covers. And at this point, you get to see the price list. Okay. And then if you want to make a direct transfer, so let's say you want to make a direct transfer, you want to pay, you want to make a direct transfer from your bank. You can scroll down and you see our different account details. So if you're looking to pay in euros, you can use the euro account details. So we have the Canadian account, the British accounts, the European account. We have the dollar account, and also the Nigerian account details. Okay, so over here, you can scroll down and you see you have the card stroke online payment. That is if you're looking to pay using the online payment. Okay, so that you're looking to so if you're looking to make payments using the online payment, what do? That's you want to pay using your card. You don't want to make it direct. You don't want to make it direct transfer. What do? You can scroll down and you see you have card stroke online payment. and then you select the program of your choice. So let's say I want to register for the data analytics program. I go ahead and I click on the data analytics program, and this will take me to this point. Now, over here, you insert the amount that you're looking to pay. So this will take note of your location and the currency you are using. So maybe you're in South Africa and you're looking to make payment. So this will take note of the currency. If you are in India and you want to make payment, this would be in rupees. If you're in Ghana, this would be in cedis. All right. So you get to see that, and then you insert the amount you're looking to pay. So after inserting the amount, you click on reserve a seat. All right. You click on reserve a seat, and then this opens up. You insert your details, and then you pay with your card. You insert your card details, so it would ask you for your card details. You place, you insert all of that, and then you pay. As soon as you pay, you are going to get a receipt that will be sent to you. A receipt will be sent to your email. Now, that receipt, you're going to come back here to upload your receipt. If you paid using your bank, you made a direct transfer, you're also going to get a receipt from your bank. So you come over to where you have upload your receipt here, and then you click on that to upload your receipt. You fill in the form, and then once you upload your receipt, you get a confirmation from us with your welcome kit and everything that you need to be a part of the program. All right. So that is what you need to do if you want to be a part of the program. Again, we know what works, and we've been able to implement that over our 4 years of existence. And once you get the slide, listen to all of these people, how they were able to make the switch, how they were able to transition into tech. So many testimonials available. Do we have any questions? Okay, so if you have a question, you can place that on the chat box, or you can use the raise hand icon, and I'll call on you to ask your question. Okay. So Onas is asking, what time is the session? So the classes the classes are on Saturdays, and the timing, we have 2 classes for those in Europe and those in North America. That's in terms of the time zone. Okay, so for those in the European time zone, in Africa, in Europe, and if you want to go with that time zone as well, you have a class 11 to 2 p.m. Okay, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. That's 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. UK time, or 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. West African time. Okay, and then for the evening classes, that's for those in North America, you get to have your class 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, or in UK time or West African time, that will be 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Okay, so Alex is asking about so if you are paying in Naira, so how much are you going to be paying? So all you need to do, you go over to you click on the link. So I think I'm going to bring that up again. You click on the link, you go over to the enrollment center, and you see the fee there. So due to the exchange rate, so that will be if you qualify for the discount, that will be 1 million Naira. Okay, but that's due to the exchange rate. Okay, so of course, we know that the exchange rate has been quite frightening, I guess. Okay, so for each and every amount that you're going to pay, once you click on the link, you're going to see the price list in there that will contain everything you need and all of the information that you need. Any question? All right, so I guess no other question. Okay, so if you have a question, you can use the raise hand icon, and I will call on you to ask a question. Okay. Okay, so I guess not. I hope we had a good time. I'm sure we did. Okay. Like I said, TGIT. Even though you had a good time, send a TGIT to the chat before we go. Okay. Even though you had a good time, send a TGIT to the chat box. Like I said, thank God it's Thursday. Okay. Your Thursday did get better. Today was fun, I believe. I believe today was fun. Okay. Thank you everyone for joining in. And I'm glad that we were able to have fun. Please ensure you register as quickly as possible. Quick says the clock. What you have to do, please do quick. Bye, everyone. Cheers.